Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I, Emperor of Ethiopia, Jah and King. My name is Emmanuel and I'm a vegan of over 25 years. You might also have noticed that I'm a Nyabinghi Rastaman, and I stress Nyabinghi, i.e. I live to a strict discipline and doctrine. So, as I said, I've been vegan over 25 years. I've been teetotal for that time also. I've been tobacco free for about 15 years. And I do training every day, physical training, mainly for floor exercises, but once a week I do some weight training also. I fast once a month for 24 hours. To cleanse my body and to remind myself that I'm fortunate to have food, and also what it's like not to have food. So, to my agenda. What I'm trying to do here with my videos, of which this is the first, is to show everybody what a vegan diet can comprise of, how cheap it is, and how good for you it is, and also how tasty it can be. Vegetarianism and veganism are on the rise as people realize that you need to think about what you eat, because the wrong food is as harmful to your body and structure and mind as alcohol, tobacco, and harmful drugs. I say harmful drugs because some members of this race class good marijuana as drugs, and it simply isn't. Anyway, I'm going to start my first video by cooking a soup. It's a red pea soup, kidney beans, and it'll be accompanied with pumpkin. The pumpkin has been grown by myself in my garden, which I will take you into another time, and the onions and garlic used in the soup are also from my garden. If you have space to grow food, use it and grow food, even if it's just the basics to your food, like onions and garlic for instance. It's much better for you, you know where it's coming from, and it's fresh. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare the ingredients, and then I'll come back to you with those, show you the thing actually cooking, the method, and then show you the completed dish. I hope it's of value to you. I'm 57 years old and my vegan diet has transformed the way I feel in terms of day-to-day strength, vibration, psychological and mental state. I'm a very strong individual, I always have been before I was vegan, but certainly the love of Rastafari and the discipline of Nyabinghi have helped me to become a very formidable character, for which I give thanks to my father. So I shall be back shortly. So here you have the ingredients to my red pea and pumpkin soup. The red peas themselves that are fresh and have soaked overnight, and the pumpkin, which as I said comes from my garden, onions and garlic, which are from my garden also. The other ingredients are black pepper, mixed herbs, bit of all-purpose seasoning and a vegetable stock cube. So I'm going to be frying the onions and garlic in here and then adding the beans and water to cook the kidney beans. In here I'm just going to parboil the pumpkin, which makes it a lot easier to peel, and then that will be transferred to this pot with the red beans. Just to add, the onions and garlic are being fried in palm oil, for this is the best type of oil, and coconut oil, to fry things without releasing toxins that are in vegetable oil, for instance. Also, any water I use to cook the red beans or cook the pumpkin has been pre-boiled to at least kill some of the crap that's contained therein. So the onions and garlic are frying in the palm oil, and the pumpkin over here is getting parboiled for ease of peeling, and then we'll join the kidney beans in with the onions and garlic. So just give my work surface a clean. Hygiene ever important to a Rastaman, and in any food preparation, wash your hands before, during cooking, and your surfaces. Neatness is conducive to accuracy, my dad once taught me, and he was right. I am not Jamaican, as many people suppose, because I'm Rastafarian. I'm actually African, from the island of Mauritius. Notwithstanding, I've grown up in the 70s in London with Jamaican people, and I have a big respect for Jamaican people as a whole. My oldest son is called Marcus Garvey. I've given him that first name, for I have that much respect for Marcus Garvey as a great freedom fighter and Jamaican. So big up all Jamaicans, but I am in fact Mauritian. I'm from the tribe of Isashar, which is Virgo in the European star signs. I'm the year of the rat. I was born in the year of the rat as far as Chinese star signs go. Thank you. Big up all Africans and all black people anywhere they are. Special request to all strong black people that love themselves, know themselves. So, the onions and the garlic are ready. I'm just waiting for the pumpkin to boil to peel that to add to the beans. You know already that cigarettes carry health warnings now and are sold under heavy regulation, because finally the government and the powers that be have agreed that they are harmful to your health. Let's be clear about one thing. Governments control nothing. Big business controls government, and that's the way it is. So get used to that and get real. And don't pretend that your vote goes to a government. Your vote goes to a government controlled by business, by commerce, and individuals who number the 100th richest people in the world. So, I dare say I will live to see the day when alcohol has to carry the same type of health warnings, because again, they've been plying people with alcohol, children via alco pops, and creating a dependency that is destructive to both the individual and society as a whole. But they don't care, because it makes millions in tax revenue for them. Big business controls government. I won't live to see the day, at least in this form, when meat carries government health warnings, but my children will, mark my words. is as harmful to you and your body and your mind and your psyche as all the other bad things you can indulge in this life. So listen up. Veganism is the way to go. Vegetarianism, if you can't quite do the veganism. No need for alcohol. Make something of your personality. Don't make something else reflect a personality which isn't you. Tobacco, not necessary. If you smoke weed, smoke ital. You will find that once you smoke ital, you will be able to control your intake of weed a lot easier, because you're no longer being dictated by the lust and the urge and the addiction to nicotine. Peace and love. Okay, so I've added a semi-heaped tablespoon of mixed herbs, a level tablespoon of black pepper. If you don't like your food hot, obviously you can moderate that, and it will be less hot. However, I'm an island person with Indian mixes within my race, and we do love pepper all day long. So, also there's maybe half a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning in there, and a large vegetable stock cube. And I've added the 2 pieces of pumpkin. So this meal will feed 2 to 3 people. Cost, well, I grew the pumpkin, the onions and the garlic. Kidney beans is probably about £2 worth. Then the water and the gas to cook it, I'd say altogether, along with the herbs that go into it, you're looking at maybe £4 maximum. And this is a proper good nourishing meal. You don't have to kill any animals in order to enjoy it, and therefore be more harmonious with the world and the environment in which you live. Rastafarian. So here is the finished soup. The pumpkin's cooked, the kidney beans are cooked. The kidney beans need to be cooked properly because they're hard beans and they're toxic if they're not cooked properly. So hard boil them once they're soaked, washed for about 3/4 of an hour, and then once everything's been added, boil them for another 1/4 of an hour or until they're soft and cooked. If you can't be bothered getting dried peas and soaking them overnight, then you can use tinned red peas in the same way. So at this point I would like to thank my mum for teaching me how to cook at an early age, God bless her. My dad, who I used to watch cook for us when my mum was sick, and my sister, my eldest sister, Mimi, for all the encouragement she's given me in terms of gardening and planting my own fruit. I've always tried, since I've had a garden, to grow my own food, but she has been a great help and a great inspiration. So big up Mimi. I may make reference to my people quite often in my videos. Notwithstanding, please understand that these videos are for anyone who want to learn how to cook cheaply and without death, and who want to live long. So these videos are open to anyone who is conscious enough to want to save their lives for themselves, their kids, or whatever. Further down the line, I'll be showing you other dishes involving rice, couscous, potatoes, and what have you, pasta, which will appeal more to children because they probably eat the meat version already. So my soya mince version or whatever will appeal to them and is as tasty, I promise you. I'll even go to the level of junk food, vegan junk food, which I do eat when I don't have time. Vegan sausages, vegan burgers, stuff like that. Hash browns, whatever. Again, which will appeal to children with some baked beans on the side or whatever. But that's further down the line. So we started today with red pea and pumpkin soup. So I'm just going to taste it now and give you my opinion. This is what I'm talking about. That is excellent. It's hot, so as I said, moderate the black pepper if you don't like hot too tough. But as far as taste goes, it's magnificent. It's Aital food, it's my father's food, it's Nyabinghi food. Food without death in obtaining the food, and without death in eating the food. Food for life, life for food. Captain Selassie Rastafari, peace and love to all.